So I know this is
5 out of 10 men have a micro pee-pee.
Dang,
Really?
I'm one of them. How do you guys navigate life? Do you guys?
Why are you
we're all
saying you
brothers.
guys?
We're all brothers.
I don't know how to
assuming we all
navigate with
carry
it.
the
I don't
same-
have
I get
one.
the advantage.
I'm assuming since we're all
You don't
brothers,
want
we're all
planet.
packed in the same. So
If
I have
you
a micro
hurdle
wee-wee,
in high
you
school,
guys.
what an advantage it gives you, though. If you run hurdles, because you don't have to clear as much.
Yeah, it doesn't like when you're running through tall grass, it doesn't tickle.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Get out of here.
For every con of having a micro wee-wee, there are pros. I'm telling you,
I think there's more pros than cons.
100%.
Yeah. Once you find your woman, why does it matter?
Yeah.
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 She loves you for who you are, not what you have.
Dude, yeah. It's all about the motion of the ocean. I tell you what.
All right. Let's do this.
Due Deals episode 7.
Episode 7.
Let's restart this.
Yeah, right. We're keeping that.
Use that for little shorts.
Yeah, jeez.
What do we know the flow of this?
Yeah, we start with the news.
Oh, here's the okay.
Here they give you the news.
The news.
Did you guys see that video of the chick that got like attacked at the gym? It was back in
Yeah.
January.
No, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Never
You
saw
guys
it.
haven't seen
It
it?
was like a
She was
night
all.
session
She was
by
at
herself.
night, all by herself. The gym was locked
Is
down.
it like a public gym?
20
No,
24/7
locked down,
gym.
24/7
So you
gym.
have to
So
have
you have to have a
a key
key
to
to get in. Some guy comes and knocks on the thing, and she opens the door for him.
Just thinking he forgot his
Yeah,
key.
just thinking he forgot his key or something. And she said she had seen him around before. So he comes in, she just keeps doing her workout, and he's just kind of lollygagging around. And she sees him start eyeing her.
Oh,
And then
gosh.
he starts walking towards her. She starts freaking out and like, get the heck away from me. Like, what are you doing? And he starts chasing her around the gym. No lie. Like, she's running around
he
the
have a
gym. Being
weapon?
no, just him. He's in flip-flops, long sock. Like, he's not even ready to work out. And so he charges her and grabs her and takes her down. Like, so she's grabbing onto his neck like this. He grabs her by the upper leg and just kind of pile drives her into the ground. She fights him off and gets away. But the reason I bring up this is because yesterday there was this crazy experience in is it Corona, California?
Yeah, that's the
Sounds
place.
legit.
Corona?
Yeah,
Does that
Corona,
sound
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's-
Corona,
it's like-
California, at a Planet Fitness. So this guy is walking in to Planet Fitness from the parking lot, and this guy on meth approaches him,
Every time.
has a hatchet and a knife.
It's always Planet Fitness.
Dude, I know. Don't go to Planet Fitness. So he actually starts attacking him as he's going into the gym.
Like attack-
There's a
like
video of it.
hitting
So
him?
check this out. So there's a video of it, and the video, obviously, they're gonna filter everything, right? So
all
the only
blurred
video
out.
I could find was post-attack, where they're sitting at the front counter, and this guy, his entire side of his face is just covered in blood. He's been stabbed.
So the dude got to him.
The dude got him
And this is during the day.
during the day. And so basically in this video, it's pretty nuts. So the guy is wearing a beanie, blood all on the left side of his face. He's holding the guy, the assailant, is that the right word for it?
I don't know, what
The
does that
bad guy.
mean? The bad
Hurt.
guy.
The bad guy has the hatchet in the right hand, and the guy that was just attacked is holding his right hand against his chest. So now he can't use the hatchet. But the guy's holding the knife in his left hand, and he's yelling like, "Get me water, and you need to respect me." And this guy's just bloodied up. The bad guy turns his head, takes off his hood, and right when he does that, the guy attacks him, takes him to the ground. 3 other gym goers attack him, and they wait for the police to come up. But
Holy
And it's all on
cow.
video.
yeah, it's on video.
You saw the
Can you see
Yeah.
the takedown?
Yeah, you see the takedown and everything.
Do you
That's
have it?
insane.
Yeah, not on my phone.
Oh, well,
But-
I'll look it up after.
So it's not really
So did he
news,
get
but
stabbed in the head?
in the head and face.
Did he?
No,
Make it recover
yeah,
straight?
he spent like I think the day and I don't know if he had surgery or anything, but he's out. And
Did you see
fine,
the
I'm
video
pretty
when
sure.
he first comes up to him? Because
I,
you would first
they
think-
didn't show any
I'm
of that.
sure. I know. I hate when people always say in the comments, "This is what I would have done." It's like, no, you wouldn't. But I'm just saying, you think. I guess you don't know he's on meth, but could you run away from someone on meth? Are they coherent enough to
Dude,
chase you
people
down?
on meth, they run
They're,
like 10 times
they're
faster.
unstoppable.
Oh, really?
They're zombies.
No.
You can't. No matter who you are, you can't run from them.
Are people on meth like they like trip when they walk, or is it more like
He
No.
seems super
They're
coherent.
They're just like
alert.
it's more like a
Hyped up.
yeah. They're just
And they have no like sensory
Insane.
anymore.
So it
Yeah,
wouldn't
so you
be.
can't Those
are the
it
kind of
wouldn't be
people that step
easy
in
to
front
run
of a
away from
train.
Someone on meth.
so if you see like the shootout, the police shootouts with people on meth, they take like 20 bullets and they act like they never even got hit.
Dang.
They just
Your
keep
body
coming.
shuts off. Yeah.
It's crazy. They probably can't feel anything. Yeah, they're insane. But they run twice as fast as a normal human. like zipping from tree to tree.
Well, Usain Bolt takes meth before every race. I'm just
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah, did you see that? Fake news.
I heard-
Fake news.
When I heard that,
Well, I heard
We're gonna
Google told me.
cancel.
Google it.
that's crazy.
So anyway,
What would you
Be
guys
careful
do in
in the
that
gym.
situation?
Eat,
Well,
so I would
I'm
do left counter block.
I don't know
Okay.
if I would know.
yeah, but
what
how do you get attacked in the first place? Was he hiding the knife and hatchet in his
Well,
pocket,
think of-
and then
think of how
you
many
followed
people
him
you
to the
just
gym?
pass And you don't even
Yeah, but how did they
try
end
not
up
to make
in
eye
the
contact
gym?
with people.
Yeah, how do you end
Because
up?
the news was he started the attack outside of the gym. So how do you go from being attacked outside the gym to pulling him into the gym?
Well,
to
if you're being
holding-
attacked, wouldn't you want to pull him into the gym once you contain him to get help?
But he wasn't
that
He wasn't
Completely
contained. He had his
Oh,
left
I
arm
thought-
completely free with a knife in it.
That's why he was stabbing
He was
him in the
holding his
gym.
right arm that
I
had the
have to see the
hatchet.
videos. How did-
Yeah,
how
I'm
did he end up in
not.
the
I'm not
gym?
fully
They
comprehending.
didn't show any of that because that's where he got attacked. He was all bloody,
So maybe he got separation, got in the gym,
And the
tried
guy
to escape,
followed
and
him.
The guy's like,
Yeah.
it's on.
probably.
Wow. Have you heard
Roundhouse.
the Jocko Willings podcast, or I don't know where he was, but someone asked him what he would do in a street fight like that.
Run.
Yeah.
He said the best way to defense is run.
Yeah.
So
Use your two
Well,
legs.
I saw some as an MMA fighter, and then some guys like, well, what'd you do in a street fight? He's like, the only people who are going to win a street fight are those who are willing to take it the farthest. He said the person who has ever
point.
decided to take it the farthest is going to win that street fight. It's like
Jeez.
from the get go, whoever's decided to go the farthest is going to win.
That's the thing with that's what kind of Jocko was saying. He's like, look, you don't know if I mean, yeah, I could beat up anybody I fight. That's what he said. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Jocko.
You could.
No. And he's just like, but I don't know if he has a knife. I don't know if he has a
Yeah.
gun. I don't know if he has a razor
Yeah,
blade.
why
Like,
risk it?
run.
You're literally you're gambling. That's like the ultimate gamble.
it's
you're
your pride.
hoping that you
Yeah.
know this person's gonna just fight fair. They're not gonna
It's
curb
a street
stomp
fight.
you.
They're not
Yeah,
going
who
to fight
fights
fair at all.
Yeah.
It's not
They're gonna-
regulated.
Exactly. So you're putting all your trust in this other random stranger.
I wonder if it was Jocko that's talking about. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
no,
it was
for
something
sure.
he's like whoever.
Did you know there's a
win.
lot of states where you can actually fight?
Yeah.
You just have to have a quarterly, a cordial agreement that, hey, we're going to fight it out.
What's it called? It's mutual combat.
Oh, yeah. How funny would that be? Like, shake hands and you watch two guys
Are
just
there
go at it.
rules?
And
Or is it?
Well,
Yeah,
you
so
can't,
what- so
no,
what you
like
do is
crazy
you no
bodily
kicks in the
harm.
nuts.
Yeah,
Home for supper.
you meet in the middle,
Home
shake
for supper.
hands,
No, you
walk
can't.
10 steps away, turn around.
That actually kind of fun.
Just run at each
And
other's
then
fast as you can.
charge at each other. No, you can't use weapons, obviously, or anything like that, but you can fist it out. But if you create, like, bodily harm, then yeah, you're toast. But if it's a mutual agreement, you just fight it out, shake hands, and go your way, you're fine.
That's kind of sweet.
Those- those are the
Texas is
best-
one of those states.
Those are the best videos where it's like a traffic road rage.
Yeah.
The two dudes are just duking it out, and then they both just get tired, stand up, shake hands,
And walk
get in
off.
their cars and drive off.
There's videos of that?
Oh, yeah.
It's
I've seen
hilarious.
it, too.
You're just like, okay, I respect
Yeah.
that.
That'd be so funny to see. I haven't seen that.
They're just like wailing each other, and then they just shake hands. Like, good fight.
Good job. See
And
ya.
they just both flee.
That's
And that is
hilarious.
the male species for
Yeah.
We made it this far.
Bunch of idiots.
you. Fight for 2 seconds, and then 5 seconds later, you're moving
Yeah, I'm
on.
dead.
Yeah, that is so funny.
So that's the correct. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's nuts.
Of course, it's
It's,
Planet
yes,
Fitness.
it's always Planet Fitness.
You
Yeah,
see
I
those
don't-
videos of your first time walking into Planet Fitness and it's everyone just doing the weirdest things on all the machines. So funny. It's always Planet Fitness.
There's another. We keep talking about all these videos. But there's a video of working out for Lord of the Rings. Have you seen that?
Yeah, those are so
And
funny.
they just do a whole bunch of crazy workouts.
That dude
Wearing
was
all the
simulating-
stuff.
Yeah, there's
Oh
like
my-
one where he
it's-
grabs a barbell and a 45-pound plate. He's on the treadmill. Like he's got a shield. He's like training for Lord of the Rings on the treadmill.
I saw another guy with the barbells that have weights already into like the 60 pound,
Yeah.
like 50 pounds. He was getting ready for rabbit season. He was lifting it like a rifle. he was repping it as a rifle, and you just like go up and then keep repping it into his rifle position.
Hey, it's
He's like a 20, 30
practical
pounder.
training.
There's a Lord of the Rings one where this guy, I think it's the same guy. He
It's
went
gotta be.
viral from
Yeah,
doing all
it's
these.
so funny.
He got on top of the cage, and he's on top of the cage with a bar that had weights on the bottom, and he's doing this rep. And the caption is training to pull Frodo up from Mount Doom.
Oh my god.
He's literally standing on top of the huge squat rack, like on top of it.
And he's just
where you're
pulling
not
up
supposed to
this
be.
weight.
And he's- That is so
Oh
funny.
man.
Hey, I got a little would you rather.
Let's hear it.
You ready for this?
Mhm.
I think this is a good one, but hopefully you guys can see the vision. Okay, so there's two options, obviously. Would you rather be trapped in a zoo with every animal on the loose and you can't escape the zoo? So you're like stuck in the zoo. Every single animal in there is out of its cage. and there's no time limit.
I'm
You're stuck
hopping.
forever.
You just hop on top of the elephant.
Elephants can kill you. Or would you rather be stuck in a dark building with a group of 100 people with one serial killer loose and nobody knows who it is?
Can you get out of the building?
No.
I'm going animals.
So both of them you can't escape.
Well, animals.
There's no like determined time.
You can train animals. You can't train a killer.
You're gonna train an animal.
Yeah, good luck. With no experience.
Well, you're dead either way because the serial killer's just gonna finish until he's
Tiger.
done by
But
himself.
it's in the dark, so what if you become the serial killer and you fight
What if
fire with
it's
fire?
you?
What if it's you?
But for how nuts would that be? 100 people, and it's like a dark building, so you can like kind of see people, but not super well.
Dude, what you got to do is just pray you get lucky. Go find 2 or 3 people and hope that you hear
know-
somean die.
Knowing my luck,
You would-
one
you
of
would
those
pick
2
them, I
people
know.
is the serial killer.
I would pick the serial killer room
Why?
because you have a better
And it's not
chance.
just a room; it's like.
But what
a
you said it was
whole
pitch black.
Building, not pitch black. It's basically.
dark.
Yeah, you can't see very far.
But you have a chance of like teaming up
And taking out the serial killer.
and taking out the serial killer eventually.
But then
Where
you're still stuck in
animals,
the
it's just
building.
Like, until a lion decides.
But
he's
also,
hungry.
the serial killer scenario, is it all like adults, or like if they're teenagers or kids? Like,
Meaning what?
meaning I know if there's a 6-year-old, he's not going to be the serial killer.
Maybe. You never know. No, yeah, they're all adults.
Okay.
I would still choose. If the lion decides he's hungry one day, you're
What if the
toast.
serial killer?
I know, but I'm.
And how is the serial killer going to? How's he killing him? Is he
Probably
like
silent.
strangling, silent?
I don't know. He's
Because if there's any blood whatsoever, how's he going to clean
I bet
himself?
the
Probably
serial killer probably
strangulation.
farts in their face.
I
Just
don't know.
rank.
but it's
Knocks him out.
it's
Insta
probably-
kill.
It's
Yeah,
probably
dude.
it's probably something quiet, so that like I don't know, because I feel like even if you're getting choked out,
100
you're gonna
versus
hear-
1.
yeah, but you don't know who just killed who.
I would still
know what
take
I
the
mean?
serial killer.
I would take
Have you guys
it.
ever played
Animal-
Among
wild
Us? Dude?
animals.
It's literally Among Us in real
It's
life.
Among Us in real life.
So you have town meetings where you vote off the killer, like
That's
werewolf
true.
and night.
That's true.
You really
We're in
would.
the dark. For real though.
But you don't trust anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
So
You just
scary.
become the fire.
You're just like,
Someone
you know
comes
what,
approaching
I'm
it, you just attack.
What if you don't know the scenario? What if you don't know there's a serial killer loose? You're
That's
just
true.
like in a building, lights go out. You're like, oh crap, there's
That
100
would be
of us in
It's
here.
like body.
all of a
if you've
sudden
ever
you start
played that.
finding
Yeah.
dead people.
Dead people.
You'd still choose that one for the zoo.
Yeah, I would
Wild
rather
animals
go
are
out.
just. I'm just not an animal guy.
Yeah, would you rather be eaten by a
So
lion or killed by a
Yeah.
knife?
I feel
I
like-
would rather be killed by a
I feel like
knife.
serial killers are at least predictable-ish.
Somewhat,
Like
yeah.
humans, animals,
I don't
you're just
know.
like,
What the
you look at
heck?
them wrong, they're just gonna eat you.
Have you
Or if
seen
you turn
the
the corner on accident, there's a tiger sitting there.
Yeah, I was watching How to Survive a Wolf or Dog Attack, and it's like, whatever you do, don't make eye contact.
Oh, in
You
a
know-
fight? What
you
do
know
you?
how hard it
I
is to
already
not
did.
make eye contact with an animal? Because, like, the video is like, just make sure you look at the ground like 2 feet in front of it and make yourself as big as possible. But humans, just without thinking, you go straight to the eyes of anything. And he says the second
Are
you
they
lock
saying
eyes,
in an attack or like
just
before
in general,
an attack?
before an
avoid
attack,
an
to
attack,
avoid,
probably.
because like the second you make eye contact, you're challenging the
Alpha.
canine. And so he's like, that's pretty hard to do, not make eye contact.
I don't know. Our neighbor has a dog. It's a pit bull,
Oh my god.
right? And it's a rescue dog.
Oh
I had
So
I
it's
did
abused.
yeah. So I get home and for some reason the dog goes out in the front yard sometimes, right? So I get home from the gym, have my earphones in. So I can't hear anything. So it was a garbage can day. So the garbage cans had just been emptied and they were out near the on the what's it called?
The road.
Gutter area, right? Whatever it's called, the curb. So I go and take the first one up, go back to grab the second one. I put it up on its wheels and start wheeling it, and I turn around to walk, and the pit bull is like 5 feet from me, just going to town at me.
Like
And I-
charging you.
No, but he's just
Barking?
like, I mean, you can tell when
It's like
He's
ready.
postured.
it's like sitting there
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
out at me, like snot coming out of its mouth, and I just flip the garbage can around, and I'm like moving the garbage can around. It was
trying to get around
It was
you?
going around the
Oh
garbage
my
can, so I just kept
God.
moving it around, and I
Who are the owners?
I don't know. I think
Well,
anyway,
that
but
same dog. I haven't finished your story.
yeah, no. So I just basically just kept I would go towards it a little bit with the thing and like
You're
scared.
charging it?
Yeah, I don't know
Trying
what
to
else to
charge a
do.
pit bull?
And then I just slowly like walked back and it like finally left me alone. But I was just like, dude,
Think if you were just like
my daughter or your like
exactly.
your
Think
kid
if
out
your
there.
Kid out there. Hey, go bring in the garbage cans.
They don't have a
There's
garbage
pit
can.
bull.
They
Yeah,
can't control
I'm
the
not
garbage.
a dog guy.
I'm not an animal guy. Period.
How can neighbors feel safe if a dog like that is in the neighborhood?
I mean, there's different levels of dogs, right?
I don't think you do.
But like
think
that
it's
that
just
kind of dog that it can. Man, there's just too many stories.
That same dog, I was mowing our lawn, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this black thing lunging towards me.
It's black.
It's a black dog.
I've never seen it.
It's a pit bull. And I just reflex, I'm lunging, and it snapped its jaws right where my leg
my
was.
gosh.
So I missed it just barely. And the girl walking it wasn't big enough to hold it back. And so it started like trying to lunge at me because apparently it's scared of machines. And so that's why it triggered it, because he saw me mowing a lawn. But that's not an excuse. I hate that
There's
excuse.
no
Anyways,
excuse.
so it starts lunging at me, and he's like coming at me, and she's trying to hold it back, but it's dragging her towards me. So I just took off running, and I just ran into the
I
house.
can just see Brad just.
I was like, I ain't doing it. The lawnmower's still going.
Yeah,
I'm in
absolutely.
the house just looking out the window, and she's still trying to hold it back. Finally, they went away. But still, can you believe I'm just mowing my lawn in my neighborhood, and then snap, a pit bull's trying to attack me? Like, I just don't think people should own pit bulls.
Well, there's this
Hot
video of
take.
this
No,
dude.
that's a hot take because there's a lot of nice pit
Yeah,
bulls too.
right.
Yeah,
But
until
still,
they
just the
snap.
fact.
The only thing is, like, every dog is a potential loose cannon, but some dogs are capable of killing.
Yeah.
And so I don't want that capability around.
Then you
my
hear all
kids
the
and stuff.
stories of the pit bulls that killed their own family's kids.
Yeah.
So it's
Their
like,
whole
it's not
family.
worth it.
That kid, like,
Yeah,
through the
Chihuahua's
fence.
gonna freak out, but at least I know Chihuahua's not gonna kill me.
Have you seen the video? It's hilarious. It's this grown man walking home from somewhere in the neighborhood, and in the corner of his eye, he sees a bigger dog just full speed charging him, and he just books it. And there's this lady. It's in the morning, and she's ready to go to work. Car on, started, window down. He just runs, jumps on the hood, and then up to the top of the car while she's inside it.
That's awesome. I mean,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Does the dog
Can you-
jump up?
No, it just keeps barking,
He just-
and then the dog,
she just
the
takes
owner calls the dog back, right? And then the guy's like, "Sorry." She's like, "No, I would have done the same thing."
That's awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad. I'd like get up. I
Dude,
would, like,
you
start
you
driving
just
if the
find
dog-
anything. I'm jumping as high as I
So,
can.
I lived in Argentina for a while, and they have these dogs called dogos, which are pit bulls but bigger and white, and they're just bred to kill boars. And our instruction in the street is if you come across a loose dogo, was climb a tree or hop a fence. Your
How do
only
you have time to
chance.
climb a tree though?
It's your own, but
You hope
You
it's
know how
not
long
close.
it takes me to climb a tree?
Yeah,
You're
or
like,
find a
on that
tree you
first
can
limb,
climb.
You're like trying to hang on.
and there's no trees there. They're just like the small twig trees.
You're holding on for dear life.
I knew it was John. Yeah, well,
It's like a cartoon.
Isn't that ridiculous?
it's ridiculous.
I never saw a dogo not chained up though. So that was
Dogos
the-
are so scary.
They were
looking.
always chained up, but that was their instruction. If you see a loose one, hop a fence or climb a tree. But if
see
you hop
any
a fence,
dog.
every
When I lived
every
in
house there has a dog.
Mexico, I got bit by a Saint Bernard. I still have a scar from on my leg. This thing was like this tank of it, Saint Bernard.
They're
It's like the big
massive.
dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not the one from Sandlot. Is that a mastiff? I don't know. They all look the same to me. They're all huge, but yeah, dogs are just no bueno.
They're freaky.
So along those lines, I would agree. I would choose the serial killer room.
That's,
Yeah,
Because
animals.
animals are just
I know.
no.
it's a gnarly death if it chooses
Yeah,
to kill you.
I
It's not
would
like
agree.
A quick out. It's like you're getting it eaten alive usually.
Yeah,
That's
like they're
true.
eating your guts while you're still alive.
Or they run away and you're like dying and like come back to finish you. You're just
And then you finally get rid of the tiger, and the gorilla starts chasing you.
or the
You know what I
chimp.
mean? Oh, the chimp gets a hold of you.
I befriend the gorillas and become Tarzan.
Yeah, Kate's in there trying to mimic him,
He's challenging, yeah. The silverback.
thinking that's how you interact.
I got this.
He's like putting him in a headlock.
I saw Tarzan. I
Yeah.
got this.
Yeah, you see him spearing, you fight the jaguars with it.
Have you seen the channel, the YouTube channel, the guy that lives with lions?
No.
Craziest
good
thing.
luck with that.
No,
yeah,
he's
no.
lived with them for a while.
Next headline.
I know.
I know.
That's what all the comments say on his videos. But it's the craziest thing I've ever
Then,
seen.
have you seen the one where the puma tries to attack, or the cheetah or whatever, the tiger tries to attack him, and the pride of the, like, what do you call it, the king lion, like, attacks the puma because
Really?
the puma's like sneaking him all, or I think I don't know what animal it is, but he's sneaking up on the guys. The guy's just filming his video, and all of a sudden he like, starts to lunge at him, and one of the lions gets up and like swipes at it.
Because
and,
the lions think he's part of the family.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's intense, but
It is intense.
watching the videos are fascinating because the lions treat him like one of the family.
That's
like they'll
crazy.
come up and like snug him. They'll play fight with him, and then he's going viral because he always films video of lions coming
I
up
might
on
have
him.
seen.
well, I'll show you guys after this. But it's the coolest thing,
It takes
most
one
intense.
line, grumpy.
Yeah.
One
day.
hangry lion.
The hangry
We
lion.
haven't had food in a while.
It's like, you know what?
Meat is on the menu,
Mike's
boys.
starting to look pretty tasty over there.
Need me some fast food.
Jeez Louise, yeah, I ain't trusting animals.
That's what happened to the grizzly man.
That's
Did
a
he
little
die?
different though, because
Oh
they
no,
were just wild.
that's true.
I
Did
know
he
that
die,
my-
the grizzly
they
man?
got eaten. It was recorded too. Him and his girlfriend both got eaten by the grizzly bears.
I've never heard this. Is
It's
that
a
the
crazy
movie?
story. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
So like, what happens? So you know, the grizzly man.
Is that? I know there's a
make a
movie about
documentary
some
on-
grizzly man or
I think they made a
something.
movie too. But
Dwight talks about it in The Office.
Yeah.
You never know when bear attacks.
So he stayed during the entire wrong movie. Just thinking about bear attacks. You never know when they're gonna happen. He stayed. It was like Wedding Crashers or something.
It was some like
It
wedding
was like so dumb. So basically, like what happened with the grizzly man is he got feeling safe around grizzlies. Where was it? Up in Alaska
I don't
somewhere.
So it was in the
It
wild.
was probably Kodiak. But yeah, it was in the wild grizzly bears, and he would go and document them, and he kept pushing the boundaries, getting closer and closer, and the grizzly bears were okay with it. Like
Would
they
he
were-
like play with them and like touch them and
not
stuff?
necessarily play with them, but he would be like he would kind of interact with them. They were close, and while they were feeding, he'd be by the rivers with them and stuff. And so he kept getting more and more comfortable. And in his head, he's like, "Hey, these bears have accepted me as part of a grizzly bear or something. They were just cool with him." So he would go and do these trips, and he brought his girlfriend one time, and he would document it and film it. So most of it's filmed, and just like his documentary, the grizzly bear's right behind him in the background, like not playing, but looking for food. And what ended up happening? So the whole thing was recorded.
Did
I don't think they
did
have video, but they have
footage?
the audio of the entire attack. So I don't remember if they had the video, but yeah, they have audio of the entire thing. And basically how they discovered it is the people who were supposed to fly in to pick him up, they couldn't find him. They couldn't get in contact with him. They went to his camp. They were like, holy crap, there was a complete bloodbath. These two people were eaten. They found the recording, listened to the audio, and they can hear the entire attack. So basically they got too comfortable with the bears. The bear came into their tent or their camp and ate both of them.
Yeah,
don't
you just
trust
animals,
never
dude.
know when an animal snaps.
No.
Let animals be animals.
Because even tamed animals snap sometimes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like you just never know.
Did we not talk about on this podcast? Maybe not the chimpanzee pet
Yeah, like ripped her face off.
ripped her face off.
Bit her face off.
Yeah, and her neighbor.
Have you
She
seen
survived.
her?
Yeah,
She survived?
it's
Oh.
horrible.
So sad.
So it's just not worth it.
No.
You just never know when they snap.
And what do you get out of it as
Man.
the owner? Like, oh, I'm so close to the wildlife. But this is so
I'm
worth
part
it.
of the Grizzlies.
The grizzlies accepted me as their own.
Avatar.
Next week, you're eaten by a grizzly bear.
Oh man,
So crazy.
sad. Yeah.
And at least the serial killer, you would stand a chance. If he gets a hold of you, you're like, okay, at least I can try to find him.
Yeah, animal, you're just toast.
Yeah, they get a hold of you, you're just like, well, this sucks.
Well, speaking of that, then, so my trivia question for you guys is, what 3 animals do humans kill the most of each year? Not counting like mosquitoes and ants.
Deer.
Yeah, that was the same question. Deer.
Deer.
What's the question?
So humans kill the most, like the top
Cows.
3.
Oh,
The top 3 animals
that
humans kill the
humans
most
kill?
of.
Chickens. Cows.
are
cows.
they wild
For food or
animals
for like just
domestic?
for sport?
Are we talking
I don't
domestic?
know. I
or
just
wild?
looked up animals.
So it's probably either chicken or cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear number 1?
Yeah.
We eat so many of them.
Snake.
Yeah.
100,000 snakes a year.
How do they
There's
track
way
that?
more chickens killed a year.
Yeah, do you know how many
Dude.
chickens we eat?
Where'd you find
I
this?
found a survey on Google. I can't argue the
Well,
evidence.
first of
How
all,
many hamburgers
how
does
do
McDonald's sell?
well then how
Like
many
a
people that
billion
kill a
year?
snake report it?
So it's probably 100,000 plus. Reported 100,000.
Or some guy just wants. I killed a snake.
Yeah.
Check.
Gardener
Yeah.
snake.
All I'm saying is the survey said 100,000.
So it must be wild animals.
Yeah, it must not be.
Yeah,
domestic.
chicken and
What's
cows.
number 2?
I don't know now.
deer.
Cricket.
Dogs.
Dogs? Who are these people?
Where are we in
1,000
India?
Dogs are killed a year by humans.
Is this in the
Because
world?
of car hits?
Oh, well, think about I lived in Argentina. The amount of dead dogs I saw on the street.
Yeah, but not enough to be number 2.
30,000 in the
They
world.
must not be counting.
I
them.
bet
They're
you
not.
guys
They're
Chickens
not
and
counting
cows.
food.
All right, what's
There's no
number
way.
3? This one. We'll get you.
Cats.
Pigs. Yeah, cat.
Freshwater snail.
Get out of here.
Was this some environmentalist survey, dude?
Comes in
It
at 20,000
had,
a year.
it had to have been some environmentalist survey,
This is the most
dude.
made up survey I've ever heard of.
Freshwater snail.
It was the top recommended. It was the drop down option on Google, so you know
Dude.
it's good.
How do you
Dude.
even track that at
I didn't even
all?
have to click into the website. Google just dropped
What's
it down
number
for
4?
me.
What's number 4?
I said top,
Top
three.
Freshwater
That's a
snails.
stretch.
Well, think of how much salt is put on snails. 30,000
By what, a
year.
6-year-old?
They definitely didn't count food.
No.
Freshwater snail. How do you even know any of these numbers?
I'm telling you,
Well,
it
I'm
was
just
some
saying,
tree hugger hippie website.
Let's keep an open mind. Maybe 30,000 snails are killed a year by humans.
I
what
I
if
could
these
kill
are
a
the
lot of
top
snails. Freshwater snails, whatever that is.
Not normal snails, freshwater
Freshwater
snails.
snails. Holy made-up.
Best list I've ever found. My jaw was on my desk.
Let's
when I
let's
found
just
this
delete
list.
that segment. I'm just kidding.
It was absolutely insane.
That's awesome.
Oh,
KK, there's a
you
serious
guys
story.
got a
Story.
Story
Very,
time.
very short story.
Tuck
for
us
y'all.
in mentally.
So the year is 1971.
1971.
All right, so
Very good year. Very good.
this is South America. This mom and daughter are going out to see their dad. I think they have like some camp out near. They're from Lima, Peru.
I know this story.
Yeah, they go out and they're going to visit their dad for Christmas, and their dad.
The mom and daughter.
The mom and daughter are getting a plane ticket to go and visit dad for Christmas at one of their camps that they'd founded. And the dad knows, here's what airline they're going for. He's like, hey, don't take that airline. Like, they have a bad reputation. Like, they're not great.
Spirit.
I know.
Spirit.
No, Lanza. And so their mom and daughter, anyway, they're like, we're just gonna get the tickets and go.
On the airline, he said not to.
On the airline. So they booked the tickets, and as they're flying, they hit a thunderstorm and are starting to fly through a thunderstorm. And as they're through the thunderstorm, a lightning bolt strikes the plane. The plane starts to disintegrate and nosedives and disassembles and like just blows up.
Oh my god.
And
Midair.
So she is 10,000 feet in the air, falling free fall.
While in her seat still.
While in her seat, she's strapped into her seat.
Their daughter's next to her.
No, it's just the daughter in this row.
Oh, it's just the daughter.
And just the daughter in a row, and she's falling. And the next thing she knows, she's unconscious. She's waking up on the Amazon floor, on the rainforest floor.
How do
There's
you
no way.
And-
Well, have you seen Avatar? Maybe something like that where they hit leaves.
No, it's
So
not.
how do you not?
But so what happened is they found out the most likely the reason she survived was because she was strapped into her chair, and she had 2 extra seats on the side of her that acted as a parachute on the way down. So there was the updraft from the storm that was like slowing her fall, and then the chair hitting all the trees and stuff as it fell and like
So
slowing
like
it down.
Avatar.
So how old was she?
Yeah. Not bouncing down. 17 years old.
Did everybody else on the plane died? I'm assuming.
Later on, they go back to and so she's by herself
In the Amazon.
in the Amazon rainforest. But luckily, growing up, her parents were zoologists and had taught her the ways of the Amazon. And so she wakes up, her collarbone is broken, giant gouge in her leg or arm, her damage to her eyes, and she has to, knowing just basic instincts and survival skills, finds a small stream and follows it to a river. For 9 days,
She survived.
she is traveling through the Amazon by herself with a broken collarbone, gouge. She's numerous injuries and tons of insect infections. She gets a maggot infestation in her open wounds. 9 days later, she finds a fisherman camp. No one's there, but she finds basic materials and gives herself rudimentary first aid by pouring gasoline on her gouge so that the maggots were killed and left her body. And then the fishermen come back later and give her better first aid, and then they boat her to a town where she's life flighted out or helicoptered out or flown out of the area.
Oh,
And
God.
so after she recovers from the hospital, she actually takes a rescue crew back to the crash site and the location of the crash site. and they found out that 14 people had survived the plane crash.
Whoa.
What?
But
How?
every
Like,
single one of
died
them
there.
died in the rainforest waiting to be rescued.
Seriously?
She's the only one that had survived
Whoa.
the rainforest.
So
That's
They
insane.
found that all of them kind of just sat there and waited, where she's the only one that went.
Well, she wasn't even near the flight. She wasn't even near the plane. Like she was just lodging. Like they found out that 14, and so they went back and recovered. Like they recovered her mom's body, and like they recovered
She had
all.
survived her mom?
Her mom died,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they recovered
But
her
survived
remains.
the crash.
I don't know if she
Oh,
survived the
gotcha.
crash. They found out 14 people survived, and all of them had died, but waiting to be rescued, and she was the only survivor.
Good for her.
Jeez.
And so she was just luck of the draw, I guess,
Can
and
you
just
imagine
her, just the way everything kind of
How
worked
do you
out.
not pass out
Well, she did. Well,
falling 10,000 feet?
she did.
In the air?
Yeah, she passed out, and
Or does she just not
She just
remember
remembers
because she
waking
hit?
up.
oh, yeah,
She's
she
a-
has a concussion as well, so she might not remember. But all she remembers is
Waking up, right?
the plane getting disintegrated, falling, and then waking up on the bottom of the Amazon forest.
Holy cow.
Yeah, is that the only case in history where someone survives that big of a
14.
fall?
14 people.
14.
Yeah,
But the
14
same
people.
crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
Just the
how do
perfect
you-
storm.
I
Well, the
guess.
rainforest, I'm sure that if you land in a bunch of trees, it's going to at least help your case, right?
Not if you're just falling
Well,
from
well,
10,000 feet.
But the only reason,
I don't
but it's a
know.
bowling ball.
but it's because of the two extra chairs.
Yeah, but what
that
about
she
the other
had.
14 people? They all had 3 seats each, and it was the middle person that got saved each
Probably.
time.
Maybe, but like it's just like that's what like it just caught like the draft of the storm kept her like slowed her descent because of the storm was
Does it
going.
say the airline?
Yeah, it says lands a flight 508.
okay.
Let's go book a flight.
Test the
Flight
theory.
508.
That's
That's
water.
insane.
That is
I wonder if they're
insane.
still in
you,
business.
you have to have a life calling
Yeah.
to be preserved for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
it's just
like-
so
that was
her
like
dad's
divine
like
intervention.
dad's like that's a bad airline. Like don't
So
fly
the dad
them.
wasn't there, obviously.
No,
so
the dad was at.
They were going to visit the
They were
dad.
going to visit their dad from Lima, and he was at their camp they had founded. I can't remember
My
what they do, but
gosh.
he's like, "Don't take that airline. They have a bad rap." And all of a sudden, they were flying through a lightning storm and get struck by lightning, and she's
nuts.
falling.
Yeah.
10,000 feet.
die.
It's over 2
That would
miles.
suck.
If a lightning hits an airplane, is it destroyed every time?
No.
I thought
I think
modern
it's-
airplanes are
yeah.
built to take lightning
Built
strikes.
different.
Built
Because
different
then
flight
they all
level.
have the needle that's supposed to attract the lightning.
The airplanes?
Yeah.
What?
Are you talking about buildings?
Don't they all have? I don't know. Someone Google it for me.
Google it.
You mean the tail fin thing?
Because they're not just going to want lightning to hit random parts of the airplane. They're going to put catchers on it.
You looking it up?
I'm just looking up how aircraft lightning protection works.
Yeah, because you'd think, because I feel like they fly through storms all the time.
Yeah, and it's like no problem.
Yeah, it's just like,
There's-
oh,
oh,
he's
no,
got hit by a
don't
lightning.
Don't they
Bam.
fly above it?
Well, so what it has is
If I was a pilot going up.
the plane is covered by a Faraday cage, and so just like the encompassing outside just like
just takes
protects the interior cabin
Exactly
from
what
The
I
needle.
said.
Cage,
There's
needle.
no way to
needle
disprove
sitting
my
up there.
point. A million needles. It's like a giant centipede.
Very cool. Well,
Well,
All right.
go to dudedeals.com, baby. Thanks for joining us.
try for $1.
like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm.
Bye.